Good morning. Hi Alexandra, how are you? Nice of you to drop by. So we have changed the location of our daily yoga classes. So I am just hoping that all my daily regulars find me. So again, screen is a little bit dark today. Let me put a light on. No, my screen is dark. That probably won't help. Hi Jill, hi Sue, hi Heather. Yeah, you're finding me. Great. Just a bit worried that people might not know where we are. Sue from London. Claire is on, Ali's on. Good morning from London. Good morning from Spain. How are we all today? Have we got lots of energy? Morning, lovely Claire. Hi Frida. Frida from Calpe, or Frida in Calpe. Hi Ruth. Fabulous, all fine. Me, Judith, good morning, my lovely. Morning, Brenda. Have we all got lots of energy today? Because it's going to be a toughie today. It's going to be a toughie. Hi, Caroline. Good morning, Arlene. Okay, so today, morning Jam. Oh, this is nice. Hi, Brenda. So this is nice. Everyone's finding me. Great. Okay, and I think we are just on friends only. I hope so. I hope we're just on friends only. I will be sharing. So we're going to run these daily live classes from this profile page, and then afterwards. I will then open it to public and I will post it on the Yogalistic page once the recording's gone through. So they will all still be there on the Yogalistic page. So you've got the whole every day that we've been doing. So we're on day 26 today. So you will be able to find them and replay them and everything later. You'll also be able to find these going forward on this page as well. So that's okay. So we've got our Friday flow today, so I hope you're feeling energized. If not, I hope that it gives you some energy for the rest of the day. Remember, our flows are a little bit more fluid, so please be careful with your breath. Morning, Katie. So make sure that if you rest when you need to, join back in when you can. But please don't sacrifice your posture just to get from one posture to the other. So often when we flow, it's like this struggle to get, oh, where's my leg going, where's this going, where's that going? There's that kind of mentality, like I'm in the right position, and you're not actually thinking about your posture, you're not thinking about your alignment, you're not connecting with your breath. So please make sure you pause. We are going to take some time in each of the postures we move into. So we're not just moving into one with an in-breath and out. We will hold each posture for a few breaths. So when we're there, just make sure that you're grounded, you're stable, you're feeling strong, you've connected with your body. A lot going on. So the our sequence today because I have kind of involved quite a lot of things. So let us go. We're going to start standing and we are going to start the few rounds of our little flow, and then we'll do a sun salutation, and then we'll start incorporating a lot of the postures we've done this week. Of course, we've got warriors, we've got triangles, we've got our fallen triangle that we did for the first time, I think, last Friday. So we will hopefully get it all in. So just standing, feet slightly apart, hip distance, hands together. Just take a couple of breaths here. So we want those shoulder blades to slide down the back. Few breaths in and out. I'm going to turn side on just so you can see from the side. If you really don't want to see the top of my head when we forward fold. Okay, breathing in all the way up to the top. Exhale completely. Inhaling, arms down, out and a big circle to the top. Exhaling to the floor. So bend those knees, push the bum away, hands all the way down to the floor. Halfway up, shoulders slide down the back towards the hips, lengthen out the crown of the neck, spine nice and long. On your exhale, all the way over, belly to thighs, nose to toes. Inhaling all the way up, push down with those feet as if you're pushing the floor away. Make your legs do some work. Exhaling back to the heart. This is it. This is our flow for a few rounds. Inhale, down, out and up. Exhaling to the floor. Soften those knees. If you've got tight hamstrings, make sure you take a good knee bend. Inhale, halfway up, long spine. Exhale all the way over, nose to toes. Inhale, push into the legs, pull in the belly, come to the top. Exhaling back to the heart. Inhaling down, out and up. Exhaling to the floor. Halfway up, spine is long, shoulders back. All the way over, nose to toes. And all the way up to the top. We've got a few more rounds just like this, back to the heart. So feel that connection, breath and body. The inhale lifts you and lengthens. Your exhale allows you to soften. Your inhale lengthens the spine, opens the body. Your exhale allows you to soften. Lifts you, and your exhale brings it back. Two more, just like this. Inhale, down, out. Exhaling to the floor. Halfway up, all the way over, and all the way to the top. Exhaling, just allowing the body to open in its own time. There's no force. Inhaling, breath and body connection. Exhaling to the floor. Halfway up, shoulders back. All the way over, nose to toes. And all the way to the top. Exhaling back to the heart. Oh, I just love that fight. Literally could do an hour just doing that. And it'd be really good opening the hamstrings and the back of the hips. So if you don't have much time in your day, just do a few rounds of that. Just 10 minutes of that, just to open up the body a little bit. Going to come to our salutations. So you're going to start facing the short edge of your mat. Who's this on? Susie. Morning, Susie. Take it easy, lovely. Short edge of your mat. I'm going into the dark here. I'm going to pull back a little bit. I'm going to face this way most today. Okay. Hands together. Surya Namaskara. Inhaling, reaching up. Lengthen through the front of the body. Exhaling, fold forward. Soften those knees much as you need to. Hands to the floor. Right leg. We're going to step it to the back of the mat. Right knee comes to the floor, lengthen through the top of the head. Few breaths here. Okay, so we're just going to take this sun salutation nice and slow, this first one. Just let the hips open, let the body get used to it. So remember, don't let this knee come to the toes. You don't want to put any pressure on this knee. I want to feel a nice opening in the front of this right leg, in the quadriceps, in the hip flexors. Tuck in the back toes. Lift the knee, take the hands to the floor, step it back to plank. So, left foot comes back to right. We're drawing up the thighs away from the floor, the belly away from the floor. We're going to drop the knees down and squeezing those elbows to the ribs, dropping the chest down to the floor. So imagine you're trying to really connect with your rib cage, upper arms and rib cage as we come down. Your inhale, drop the hips, slide the chest forward and up. Little cobra. Remember, your cobra might be down here, might be quite low, or it might be a little bit higher. But please don't press all the way down and straighten up your elbows. So softness in the elbows, neck is long. Tuck the toes, lift the bum. Downward dog. Again, pressing down into those. And release your neck out. Shoulder blades sliding towards the hip. Rib cages in towards the spine. We don't want to drop the ribs to the floor. Right leg. We're going to step in any way we can, all the way to the top of the mat, so it comes right back to where we started. Left knee is on the floor and lengthen through the spine, lifting up through the crown of the head. Couple of breaths here. So open up this side. So you've got nice stretch in the quads, hip flexes, lengthening the spine. If you're really tight in your hamstrings, you might feel it at the back of this right leg. Tuck the toes, lift the knee, step it forward. Forward fold. Relax the neck, relax the head. On your next inhale, push into those feet. Lift the head, lift the chest. Lift those arms all the way to the top. Exhale, hands back to the sides. Inhale, palms together. Exhale. Inhaling, lift and lengthen. Exhale, folding. Left foot to step to the back of the mat. Knee comes down, spine is long. Oh, I just love this posture. It's nice opening in the hips. And right foot steps back to plank. Belly up, thighs up, nice and stable in the shoulders. Knees to the floor and chest to the floor. Inhaling, cobra, shoulders back, neck is long, jaw is relaxed. Remember to breathe. And tuck the downward facing dog. Bum is high. Rib cage drawing in towards the spine, long spine. Left foot all the way. Remember, you can take that right knee down and just help it along there. Your foot up there, it comes all the way back to the top. Tuck those right toes, lift the right knee, step it forward, forward fold. So you're keeping the chest low, nose to toes, pull in the belly, push into the feet, all the way up to the top. Exhale, hands down to the sides. Okay, I'm just going to take off a layer because this is going to get warm. So, this is where we're going to start to change things up. Hands together. Inhale. Exhale. Inhaling, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Right foot to step back. Knee is down, spine is long. First part of this stays the same. Left foot to step back to plank. Knees to the floor, chest to the floor. Inhaling, cobra, shoulders down. Exhaling, downward dog. From here, this is where we're going to start to change it up. So, right leg, we are going to step it to the top of your mat, between the hands, but that left knee stays up. I'm up on those back toes, tuck those back toes under, up on the toes. We're going to ground, so that front foot is pushing down and forward, your back toe is pushing into the floor. We've got a nice knee bend in this right leg. We're going to engage the belly, lift the chest and the belly from the thighs. So in a high lunge, hands together. Let's sink down into your lower back. So you want to lift those hip bones forward so you feel a stretch in the hip flexors. We're going to inhale, lift those arms and see if we can sink a little bit deeper. Few breaths here. Really pushing into the floor, engage down. Connect with the floor, ground. So you need to ground before you can grow. Then we're going to open to warrior two. Your left heel, that back heel, swivel to the left as we do the arms open to the side. So now you're looking at the long edge of your mat, your right knee is bent, knee in line with the ankle, left, connecting evenly through both feet, and shoulders are over hips. So I know some of you will be like this. I'm going to bring those shoulders back, so we want a nice line from the crown of the head to the tailbone. Gaze out towards those fingers. Just take a little cheeky look down and see what's happening with this knee, because it wants to roll in. So we are going to roll it out towards that big toe. And then we are going to reverse our warrior. So flip that right palm over, lean into the right, and then let that left hand drop down towards the left leg and lift that right arm to the sky. So you've got this nice opening through the right side, the waist, the ribs, but this right knee is still bent. Sit nice and deep into that hip. Reach those fingers up over the head. Few breaths. So your gaze can be down towards your back foot, or you can look up to the sky, whatever feels better for your neck. Triangle as we bring these arms back, straighten up your right leg. So both legs are straight, and push this hip away and reach that right hand down towards the floor, left arm up. Remember when we practiced against the wall earlier this week? Imagine that wall behind you, so your shoulder blades are against the wall. You don't want your bum sticking out at the back, shoulders against the wall. So your triangle might be here. It's better to be here and keep your alignment, keep your posture, than try and reach the floor and the bum sticks out and the heart comes to the floor. So work with your posture. Few breaths. Okay, bend that right knee. And push into the foot, come up, straighten the right leg again, arms overhead. Take hold of your right wrist with your left hand and then lift your right toes off the floor. So your right toes lift off the floor and then your left hand starts to lift your right arm up and over. So it's kind of like a reverse warrior, only both legs are straight. Stretch in the right side of the body, and you can still breathe here, trust me, it's really good to breathe. And take those toes back to the floor, out, bend the knee back to your warrior two. And we're going to reach side pose, so you're going to start to reach to your right. Please don't look to your right, there's no need to look, you don't need to see what's there. When you look, move the body, and we want to keep the body open. So we start to reach, reach, reach. Think about trying to bring the right side of the rib cage down towards the thigh. Reach, 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 reach. When we can't reach any further, place the arm on the knee. So you can control that leg now with the elbow. Left arm reaches up. And if it feels good, you can take it in line with the ear and reach over the head. So you've got this nice length from the outside of the ankle, up the leg, through the waist, the ribs, the shoulder, out through the fingertips. Don't forget your fingers. When we practice yoga, we want the posture to include the whole of the body, not just part of it. Okay, we're going to swivel down to the floor. So you need to be careful of that back knee. You don't want to twist your left knee. So we're going to lift that left heel. And now as we place the left hand onto the floor, you're going to let that back foot swivel around on the balls of the foot. So there's no twist in the knee. Left hand is on the floor. We're going to lift that right hand. We've got a little low lunge twist. Your gaze up to that right thumb. If it feels okay on the neck, if it doesn't, just let the neck come into neutral. We've got a nice deep knee bend in the right knee. And we're still breathing. Bring that right hand down to the floor. Step it back to your plank. Knees to floor. Heart to floor. Elbows in. Don't let those elbows splay out. Inhale. Cobra. Bet your cobra feels good now, doesn't it? Neck is long. Shoulders are back. Going to do the same on the other side. Tuck the toes, lift the bum. Downward facing dog. I'm just going to scoot round so that I'm not facing the wall as we move into this flow on this side. So we're in our downward dog, and the left leg is going to step to the top of your mat between the hands, so just inside that. Right heel is lifted, right toes, left knee is bent. You're going to push down into the floor, really ground, pull in your, lift the chest. So you need to engage from the pelvic floor up the belly. This is going to support you. Left knee is bent. Right knee, little bend in that right knee if it helps you to lift those hips so you can lengthen out of the lower back. Hands together and lift to the sky. So you've got a high lunge. Oh, I can feel it all going on today. I am literally shaking all over today. So if you're finding this a challenge, if you've got a little bit of wobble and shake going on, enjoy it. I like to say it's your body dancing with joy because it's active and working. Okay, we're going to swivel that right heel to the floor as we turn the body to the right. Arms open out into your warrior two. Are you with me? So just checking your alignment for your warrior. Left. Nice deep knee up here. You might be able to come all the way down. Outside edge of that right foot down into the floor. Your ribs, your chest, your shoulders facing the long edge of your mat. Take a breath. We're going to reverse our warrior. So we're flipping that left palm up, reach into the left, and then lengthening from the rib cage up. We tip over to the back. So as we move towards the back, tendency is to start to straighten that left leg. We don't want that. You want to sit nice and deep. We've still got warrior legs. Reaching through those fingers. Pelvic floor up, belly in. Remember to breathe, relax the jaw. And we're going to come to triangle as we lift up. We straighten that left leg. We let the right hip come out to the side. And we reach down for our triangle. My dogs have just arrived at the door, so you might hear some barking in a minute when you want to come in. So remember, this bum doesn't stick out. We want the bum tucked under, zipping up, pelvic floor, upper abdominals, twisting from the waist so your rib cage, your heart is facing forward and up. You've got our triangle. Back to our warrior two, bending that left knee, come into warrior two, and then straighten that left knee. Reach the arms up overhead, take hold of the left, there she goes, take hold of the left wrist, and then lift those left toes off the floor. Using your right hand, lengthen over to the right. Few breaths. This is a new one. We've not done this one in any of these classes yet, so this is your introduction. I don't even know what this is called, even if it has a name. It feels good though, doesn't it? And release those arms out to the side. Foot back to the floor, bend that knee, warrior two. Going to take it to side angle. So we're going to start to reach, 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 reach till you can't reach any further. Elbow on the thigh. Right arm up and over. So again, we want this twist from the waist. So don't let you, if your heart is pointing down towards the floor here, you won't feel any of the benefit from this posture. So inhale. As you exhale, draw in your rib cage and then roll the rib cage and heart forward. And reach up with that arm. You can stay here, or we can take that arm overhead in line with the ear. Maybe you can sit a little bit deeper. Reach your fingers. Breathe. It's a nice posture. It's really good to open up the side of the body. Okay, going to come back down to the floor. So your right heel is going to lift, so we don't want to twist the knee. Right heel lifts as we swivel that right hand back to the floor. And that left arm comes up to the ceiling. So we've got a low lunge twist. Left hand to the floor, step it back into plank. Knees to the floor, bum to heels. Let's just take a little child pose just to reconnect to the breath. Fingers stretching forward. So make your child pose active. Don't just collapse there over the thighs. Feel like your bum is heavy, drawing down towards your heels. And really walk those hands away. Imagine the crown of your head is being pulled towards the top of your mat. You want to feel this nice stretch in the back. Again, I'm just going to whiz round so I'm not facing the wall when we come up into our next bit of flow. You're going to like this one. You're going to like this bit. Okay. Coming up onto the hands, tuck the toes, lift the bum, downward dog. Okay, remember that fallen triangle we did? I think we did it last Friday in our flow. We've got it again. So that right leg is going to lift up. We're going to tap the right knee to the right elbow. So scoop up that belly. Right knee to right elbow. Inhale, length of three-legged dog. Right knee to the nose. Scoop up the belly. Use your abdominal muscles. Inhaling, three legs. Right knee to left elbow. So we're twisting. And then you're going to extend that leg out underneath you. So your right leg is crossed underneath you to the left. We're on the outside edge of the right foot. And we're going to turn onto the inside edge of the left foot. So let your left heel swivel down to the floor. Take the weight into your right hand. Lift that left arm up to the sky. Falling triangle. Lift this waist as high as you can. Use your core muscles, your obliques. Change here, we've not done this. Move on to the back of both heels, so all 10 toes face the sky, and sit the bum down to the floor. Are you with me? Wow. Okay, so here, the position you should be in here, is your left leg is facing the length of your mat. So your left leg is coming straight down the centre of your mat. Your right leg is out to the side a little bit, so your right leg is going to be off the mat. We are lengthening. Sitting on the front, so you can flesh there from the back of the bum. Floor, pelvic floor up, belly is in, shoulders are down. Taking the hands in front, and we're going to have a little forward fold. So we're moving from the hips. So don't want you to lose your button into your spine. This is not what we want. You want to imagine that you're trying to take your hip bones towards the floor. So we might be here. This feels good to be right here. If you're more flexible in your hamstrings, your inner thighs, your psoas muscle, this muscle that wraps around the hips, you might be able to come a little bit lower. Hola. Shoulders are back. Just take this moment to stop and breathe, reconnect with your breath. Feels good. Okay, let's walk these hands back. So you come to sit up. Left leg is going to stay where it is. Left leg is down your mat. We're going to bring this right foot to the inside of your left leg. So mine's going to come to the top of my thigh. Yours might come by your calf. But what we're going to do here at the moment, we're still facing this in the diagonal. So we're just going to turn to face that left foot. So sat high, still high on the sit bones. Right foot is to the inside of the left leg. Left toes are up. Remember, we're practicing yoga, so the whole body is active. Toes are up. I'm going to take this left hand to the back. So we've got this nice twist that happens through the waist. Left hand to the back. Right arm reaches up, really lengthen. And again, from your hip joints, we're going to fold forward. Belly, rib cage, chest towards the thighs. Then we're going to take that right arm to the outside of your left leg. your left arm crosses over it to the inside. So if this has happened, if you've lost your neck and we've rounded up here, you're going to come up a little bit, slide the shoulder blades down the spine, and then we're just going to bend the elbows out to the side. So we keep this nice long back. You might have more flexibility, you might be able to reach your ankle or your foot. We'll fold in towards those toes, nose towards the toes. So think nipples to knee, chin to shin, nose to toes. You want to create length in the spine, so you don't want to be rounding, you don't want to take your head to your knee. It might feel like a success. Oh, I can get my head to my knee, but it's not going to be helping you in your posture. We're not going to create any length in your spine. So think nose to toes. Even though this posture, the translation of this posture is head to knee, but we don't really want head to knee, we want nose to toes. Pull in your belly, so probably you've forgotten about the pelvic floor and the belly. Pull that in, lift up, stretch to the sky, open that hands down to the side. This is going to be a bit weird, this is new. Your left knee, you are going to bring it on top of your right knee. So you're going to move to your right hip. I'm going to come onto my mat a little bit further here. So we're sat on the right hip, left knee on top of right, and you're going to walk your hands now to the back of your mat, so, or to the front of your mat. So I'm going to walk round, round, round. So both hands are facing corners of the mat, and then I'm going to move further onto the side of my knee. I'm going to bring the chest down towards the floor. So your knees are pointing out to the right, your chest is on the floor, and if it feels good on your head, you're going to look to your right. So yeah, you're going to look to over your right shoulder. So you're looking in the opposite way to your knees. It's like a really uncomfortable sleeping position, somebody once said. You know, when you wake up and you think, how did I get here? So we've got a little prone twist. Normally we twist lying on the back, but this time we're twisting lying on the belly. And then we're going to straighten those legs out and we're going to come all the way onto the belly. Am I still in camera? I think so. So we now, so how did we get here? We're lying on the belly. Bend the knees. I told you you'd like this one. Reaching back. Now if you can't reach your ankles, maybe you can just reach your trousers, or if not, we're going to keep the hands on the floor and we're just going to push those feet up to the sky. If you can reach your feet, you're going to push your feet or your shins into your hands. Just going to lift your chest up off the floor, open up the front of the shoulders, open the chest, got a nice back bend, and then we're going to push those feet up to the sky. So we've got bow pose. So your arms are the string of the bow, the arrow flies like your belly button. And we breathe. Remember to breathe. The neck is long, so you don't want to be lifting your head so high, your chin so high that you've put pressure on your neck. Neck stays long. Exhale, take those thighs back to the floor. Bring those hands back to the chest. Tuck the toes. Up onto the knees. Lift the bum, downward dog. Yes, we have got to do it all on the other side. I'm going to whiz round so I'm not facing the wall. You know when you watch these professional videos on YouTube, they never seem to be having to move from one side of the mat to the other, do they? How do they do it so seamlessly? Oh. Maybe I'll get there one day. Maybe I'll be like a proper yoga teacher one day and I'll be all professional. Or maybe not. Okay. So this side. Left leg lifts up. Left knee to left elbow. Suck in that belly. Use your core. Inhale. Lift it up. Three-legged dog. Lift and stretch. Knee to nose. Use your core. Scoop it up. Inhale. Lift and lengthen. Knee to the opposite elbow. Take that twist. Fallen triangle. Lengthen that foot out to the side. So your left leg is now straightened out underneath you. You're on the outside edge of that left foot. Come onto the inside edge of your right foot as you take the weight to your right hand. So you're pressing down to both feet. Pull up the waist, reach the sky. Little fallen triangle. My little dog is now staring at me through the window, actually stamping her feet and doing like a 2-year-old tantrum. Okay. Are you breathing? Bend in that left elbow, bring your bum to the floor and come to sit up. So here we've got that left leg is in front, so your left leg is straight down your mat. No, that's not your left leg, is it? Look, I'm confused. Your right leg is straight down your mat. Your left leg is open to the side. Going to move that flesh from the sit bones, sit up nice and tall. Body is straight down the middle, hands in front. So when you practice a normal wide leg forward fold, you may take it wider than this. If you're quite open in the hips, you might have it much wider, but for today we don't need to do that. We're just going to stay where we are. We want to think about length, and you're going to fold from the hips. So again, don't lose your belly button. Imagine you're trying to bring your belly and your rib cage and your chest towards the floor. So if we were going to touch the floor, it would touch in that order: belly, rib cage, chest. So not head and shoulders. Lengthen and reach. If you can get belly, rib cage and chest on the floor, and I know some of you will be able to, please do it. Maybe hold of the big toes, so you can take hold of 2 big toes. Lengthen, fold deeper, right? If you can do it, if it's in your practice, please do. So, alternative there. But if you're here, stay here. It's all good. Everybody now coming up. Remember, zipping up. Left foot. It's the left foot, isn't it? The one that's out to the side. Left foot. Going to bring it to the inside of your right leg. And then we're just going to move the hips so we are facing to the top of your mat. Right arm is going to come behind, so we get that nice twist through the waist, so the upper body's facing forward. We reach the arm up overhead, and from your hips we fold forward. Take that left arm down to the outside of your right leg. Right arm comes over to the inside. We lift the chest, we draw the shoulders back and down, and then we bend the elbows. Belly to thighs, nipples to knees, nose to toes. Going forward. Few breaths. So those of you familiar with Ujjayi breath, and I'll put it on one of the breathing videos. I'll do a couple more breathing videos this weekend. Please use your Ujjayi breath for your postures. This is a great position to really use that breath. Engage in the pelvic floor if it's not already, if you've forgotten about it. In the belly. Lift the head and chest. Lift those arms up to the sky. Down to the side. And then we're going to bring that right knee on top of the left. I'm going to get awfully confused when I go back to class because normally I mirror coming onto that left hip. So where I'm saying right, I'm normally doing my left. If you're doing left, I'm doing right. But I'm actually going the same way as you. So when I'm saying right, I'm actually doing right, and that's confusing me. So I'm going to be even more confused when I actually get in a physical room with you. So we've got right knee on top of left. We're on the left hip. I'm going to bring that right hand to the floor, to the top of your mat. And we're going to start to crawl. Oh, my dog is doing downward dog outside the window. We're going to take hands to the corners of the mat. Come further onto that hip if you need to bring your belly, chest to the floor. Hi, baby. And if it feels okay on your neck, right ear to the floor. So we've got our little prone twist. out those legs, bring the neck to neutral, come onto your belly, bend in the knees, and remember, if you can't reach your legs, you can reach towards your feet and lifting, trying to get those thighs off the floor. We can be here, just reach towards the feet, try and get those thighs off the floor. You're going to be working the glutes, the hamstrings, the back muscles. If you can reach your ankles or your feet, take hold, push the legs or the feet into the hands. So you're really pushing the legs into the hands, going to lift your chest, open those shoulders, push your feet to the sky, lengthen through the neck. Dhanurasana, the bow pose. Few breaths. And knees to the floor, hands to the chest. Press back onto your knees. Take those knees as wide as your mat, big toes together, bump your heels, stretch those arms forward, forehead to floor. So remember, keep our child pose active. You want to turn these a little bit like downward dog with the arms, so that the back of your arms, the top of your arms, are trying to turn down towards the floor. So we're really widening up through the shoulder blades. It's just smoothing across the upper back. And then drawing down towards the hips. A few breaths here. And then walking those hands in towards the knees, lift the head, lift the chest, bring those feet in front, and come down onto the back. So just hug the knees in. Have a little rock side to side. Feels nice in the hips. Then take those feet wide onto the mat. So feet as wide as the mat, knees are bent. Arms like goalpost arms or called cactus arms. Or you can have them straighten out to shoulder height. If you have them out shoulder height, take the palms to the floor. I've got the wall next to me here, so I'm going to take cactus arms today. Let the knees drop to the right. So your left knee is going to hover over your right foot. So we've got to stretch more through the IT band, so more from the back of the hip, down the outside of that left thigh towards the knee. So this is more of an IT band stretch than a spinal twist, although we're getting a nice little twist through part of the spine, the lower part of the spine. And then we come centre, and then we go the opposite direction. Okay, it's a tough one today, so please do let me know how you got on. If you enjoyed it. I know some of you really enjoy the flows better than the other type of classes, and I know some will struggle. So let me know how you get on today. Was it a tough one? Was it easy? Were you able to connect with your breath? Did you forget to breathe? All of those things. Bring the legs back to center and take a few moments for your Shavasana. So straighten those legs out. You can bring the hands onto the belly or palms up to the sky. And just allow everything to relax and soften down into the floor. So really let your back of your hips, your lower back, the back of the waist melt into the floor. Remember to relax all of the toes, the fingers, the ankles, the wrists, all of those things. So you can stay in your Shavasana for a couple of minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, however long you want to. Thank you all so much for finding me today and for joining in our class today. Friday again, who would have thought? Please look after yourselves, stay healthy, stay happy. Remember your gratitude behind back, let the head and chest drop down to the floor. If you're in your Shavasana, please stay there and just think about your 3 gratitudes of today. First and foremost, to yourself. To your yoga practice. And to think of 3 things that you feel grateful for. Might be a person, a pet, a smell, maybe the smell of your morning coffee, a friend that's contacted you, reached out to you. Okay. Thank you all so much for joining me. Stay happy, stay healthy. Until next time, namaste. I will be back with you on Sunday, so no class is on Saturday. Next class is Sunday evening, and that is 5:30, 6:30 Spain. I'll be doing a yin class to finish off our week. Again, take care, stay safe, namaste.